Welcome to Collecting Chaos. My name is James, and in this video, I'm going to go a little bit deeper into how I evaluate a comic. Now, notice I said evaluate and not grade because that's what I'm doing. I'm evaluating it, and I will discuss why I do certain things in a certain order. And we'll get into all of that right after this. Now, the first thing I do when I'm considering buying a new comic or buying an old comic, even if it's in a plastic like this is in a poly bag, I still hold it at arm's reach. And I decide, this gives me a general idea of the presentation. Does it present well at arm's reach? Then, if it's somebody I know, I'll just go ahead and open the bag, or I'll ask them, may I look at the inside of the comic? May I look at the inside? May I take the comic out of the bag? Sometimes they say yes. Sometimes they take it out for me. Sometimes they say no. When they say no, to me, that's a huge red flag, and it's time to put the comic down and walk away. Because they're hiding something, or they don't trust me. And if they don't trust me, then I don't know if I want to do business with them. So that's the first thing. Now let's go take that comic out of the bag and take a closer look. And you don't even know what it is. It's Hawkman #2. I was hoping it'd be a Hawkman #4, but I don't have that one yet. I'm looking at a couple of copies that I'm thinking about making offers on, but I don't know that they're going to accept them. It's not a cheap book. I don't think it's overpriced. It's just not cheap. So here we go. Toss that bag. I don't need it. First thing I'm going to do is one more time, I'm going to look at it at arm's reach. Because now I can see more than what I could see before. But it still gives me a general idea, it gives me a basis of the grade of what it should be. And that's how I start to evaluate it. The next thing I want to do, and let me see if I can find my, yes, this will do nicely, is I go through the inside. Now, why do I go straight to the inside? Because if I don't look at the inside right away, I might forget. And I have done that before. I'll get hung up on the outside of the comic and I'll forget to even look at the inside. But what I want to do is I'm checking the page quality. I want to feel it. I want to, is it supple? Is it brittle? What color are the pages? Now, these are a cream to light tan, but very supple. I want to smell the comic. I'm not going to do that right now. But you can do that just by, going like this and moving air across it into your nose. If it has an acidic smell, you will smell it. I'm going to check every page. Make sure it's complete. Make sure there's no major tears, or if there are major tears, at least I know about them. I mean, they can have tears, that's okay, but you need to know that they're there. This also gives you a bargaining chip against, if it has tears on the inside, maybe you can get it a little cheaper because of those tears. Look at the staples. Are they discolored or are they bright? Now on this, I don't have direct light on it, so I can't really tell. but they look fairly bright. They look clean, and I don't see any um, discoloration on the paper, and that's good. We want to continue. Now you should be counting the pages as you're going. On Silver Age comics and pretty much almost any comic published after 1950, generally it'll be 8 leaves to the center, which is 16 pages, because the comics are what they called 32-page comics. In reality, they're 36 pages. And I'll explain that in a few minutes. See, magazines, which is what a comic book is, it's a magazine. Uh, the only true comic books are the later perfect bound ones. Those are actual books. The ones that are 80 page and have the staple through them, that's still a saddle stitch, still considered a magazine. Now, as you can see, this is complete. Not in bad shape. Not overly dirty. Looks pretty good. Does have some dirt on the back cover, but we'll go over that eventually. So there you go. That's why I do the inside pages before I do anything on the outside page, because I want to make sure that it's complete. And like I said, that can be a bargaining chip for you. If the seller is not aware that there's a tear, that means he probably just priced it, put it up, and didn't bother looking inside. So next thing I do is I start in the upper right corner and I start examining the edges. I look at that corner and it's a little dull. It's a little compressed. Looks like it has a little bit of a crease right there. And you need to mentally note all this stuff or even write it down. It looks like it's missing a little bit of ink here. Looks like a little bit, it's got some edge wear. Here's some creases here. That's a little tear there. And you go over till you get to the next corner. Now I do this with my eyes. I don't physically turn the book, but the corner looks like it's blunted slightly. Go down, you start seeing stress marks and staple stress there. Let's open it back up and see if those staples are loose. A little bit, not really. The staples are tight. A lot of creasing here, both vertical and horizontal creasing here. Staple tear here, here. These are color breaking creases. We just go all the way to the other side, the other corner, and it's a little bit blunted. So then we start going down along the bottom. And the bottom looks nice. Not a whole lot of problems with it. It does have a bend with a slight crease here. It's actually creased, but it doesn't look like it breaks color except for right in here. It's a color breaking crease here and a slight dog ear right there, which is a crease. Come back along the other edge. This is where you're going to find edge wear, right along here, right where they took it with their fingers and they opened it. Overall, the comic has been taken care of pretty decently. But there is some edge wear along here, and it looks like we have, I can't tell if that's a stain or if it's color loss. I think once I clean it, I'll be able to tell a little bit better. But you want to, I notice those 2 dots, and I want to pay attention to those. Now that's just going over the front cover. We also have to go over the back cover. And you do it the same way. You start in the upper right-hand corner, which is now the spine, and you go over it the same way. And we have a lot of creases and possible tears. No, just creases. A lot of edge wear. Nice sharp corner here with a very, very slight spine roll. And you can tell that because of the way this is. This is about 1/8 of an inch short of the center or of the other side. So it's a very slight progressive spine roll. It's not too bad on this end, but it is on this end. Uh, Again, we've got a lot of creasing and a lot of dirt. There's a lot of soiling on this back cover. And that's normal. You see that on a lot of Silver Age and Bronze Age comics. Again, okay, here it looks like a little tiny piece is missing from the corner. Go down here. Bottom looks pretty good, but there is some creasing over here. Looks like a comic might have been dropped and hit on this corner. A lot of dirt. Like I said, a lot of soiling on this book. Then you go down the spine. Still have some spine creases. They're not as bad on the back as they are on the front. Let's take a look. Well, we've got the back here. Let's take a look at the other. I see an indentation right here. That can come out with a ball bearing or with a clay tool, one of the round clay tools. Um, there are some dents and dings. There's a tear here that I didn't see earlier. I just noticed it. Is it a tear? I'm not sure. I'm picking up more than one page. Yeah, that's a very small tear there. A little bit of wrinkling up here. A little bit of wrinkling here. Here's another couple of dents that can come out. We're not going to look at this under UV light because you won't be able to see anything anyway. Now let's look at the front cover. Soiling again. I think this will take all that soiling right off. A light clean and a press might improve this a whole lot. It doesn't have a lot of sheen, but it does have a little bit. But I think a light clean and a press will bring that shine back out. And if it doesn't, well, you know, we've got tricks. We've got ways of dealing with it. We've got unscented dryer sheets if we get desperate. Right there. Overall, it looks to be in pretty decent shape. I would actually, as it is, and because of my evaluation of it, I might consider this to be like a 4, maybe a 4.5. It's a nice copy. Now that I've seen all the defects, what I need to do is hold it out at arm's reach again. Does it still give me that nice presentation that I saw when I first looked at it? Actually, no, because I know where all the defects are, and my eyes are drawn to those defects now. So that's a little bit more in depth of how I take a look at comics. One of the things I look for also is ink splotches. These are real common, especially on 70s DC and Marvel, more Marvel than DC, and really, really prevalent on Charlton. Now, take a look at this DC logo here. It looks like it's almost black. I'll bring it up a little bit closer for you so you can see it really good. It looks like it was double stamped. See, it's the same way there. But if we go to the next page, it doesn't look like that. It's nice and clear. Double stamp, that would be a manufacturer's defect. It wouldn't affect the grade of the comic much. And since it's on the interior, it probably wouldn't affect it at all. Big blotches of ink that go all the way down, yeah, that, even though it's a manufacturer defect, it's a major defect, especially when it's on a, when it covers panels. If it's on pages like this, it's not as big a worry. Like if it was down here, it wouldn't be that big a worry. Oh, that's interesting. No DC logo at the top. No DC logo at the top of that one. Maybe it's only on those. Maybe it's only on these pages, but it should be on this one because that's part of the story. I guess it's because of the advertising, it moved it up a little bit. So anyway, let's go back to me. There you go. That's how I evaluate a comic. Now, if it had, if the staples were bright, I would have noted that. These staples are a little dull, but they do have a little bit of shine to them. I would not, if I was cleaning them, I wouldn't mess with those staples. Maybe rub them a little bit with a cotton swab. That's it. I wouldn't do anything more than that. Overall, that comic's in really nice shape for its age. I think it's from 1964. Yeah, 1964. So you just gotta look at everything. You don't leave anything to chance because you might discover, okay, maybe this is only a 4. Why does he have it priced like as if it's a 7 or an 8? Why does he have a 7.0 written on it when it's obviously a 4 or a 4.5? By learning to evaluate the comics, you can start getting a better idea of what grade it should be. Because you'll see all those little defects. And sometimes when you start pointing out defects like that, the person that you're dealing with will go, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about. Maybe I should cut him a little slack, maybe give him a little break on the price. I need this kind of customer. Sometimes they do that, sometimes they don't. That's going to be it for this video. I will see you tonight, 8 p.m. Central, Coffee with Chaos. I'm going to show you what I buy at the New Comic Book Day. Yeah, for New Comic Book Day, I'm going to show you the comics that I bought today at the comic shop that I go to. I'm going to show you, of course, the comics that I pressed over the week, or over the last week. And we'll pop this puppy open and take a look at what Lawson Wallace sent me. And we'll go through that page by page. So we'll see you tonight. Take care, everybody. Have yourself a great day. Bye.